So today we're at the Uzin training campus up in Stafford. I'm here with Mac, the sales manager at Pallmann, and Steve Davies, the training manager for the UK. Had to think about that.
I'll take that.
So we've been here for a couple of days now, applying finishes, products, sanding, using the Spider, using the Cobra, working together really, just playing around with some products and getting some stuff for our YouTube channels. But also while I'm here, and I've pinned Steve down while he's not training either Uzin, Wolf, Pallmann or Arturo products, I've got a few questions that I'd like to ask Steve, and hopefully it's people watching this video should get some advice and some knowledge from. So Steve, the first one I want to ask is Pallmann Pallix Power. Pallix 96 Power has recently come out.
Yep.
You've used the product. What was your first thoughts of using the product?
The consistency, pretty obvious. It's got a lot of body into it. Definitely. And then when you apply it, I think from all my experience of applying lacquers and everybody applying lacquers, it's very difficult to get your lap lines out. You roll the marks. This just seems to naturally do it for you. In fact, it's very difficult. I know it's difficult to explain, but it's very difficult to leave a line in it. And it's just because of the consistency of the product and how it lays itself out. Absolutely easy. If you're a new starter to this business or coming into lacquering sides of wood, it's so easy to apply.
I think for the money you pay for it as well, you're getting a 2-pack lacquer. You're not having to mix up part A with part B. No. It's the working time is brilliant, the drying time.
And again, exactly what you said there, this said 72 hours, get traffic back on it. If you read a lot of lacquers on the market, you're leaving them for almost a week before technically you should be putting furniture and that back on it. 72 hours, good to go. 4 hours, you could be walking across this floor, et cetera, et cetera. So it definitely makes a difference.
So game changer really, that product.
Oh, 100%, 100%, yeah.
So also, I know that you do wood floor sanding training courses here, not just wood floor sanding bespokely, but you do generic wood floor fitting, subfloor and sanding. If someone was to come to your 3-day or your 1-day courses, what could they typically get for a sanding point of view?
If it's just a 1-day looking at sanding, obviously we first of all look at stripping the wood back. So we don't have them the base ready prepared. They do that. They get to go on the machines. We usually start people off on a belt sander, the Cobra, get them to have a feel of that, and get them to understand how it works, how you can alter the settings, and just using the machine, even as simple as feathering it in and out of the edges and when you're pulling it backwards and stuff like that. So we grow them on that machine and go through the range of papers, and then once they've got familiar with that, then we switch them over to the Spider, the rotary machine, and they just all go, I can't believe how easy it is using this machine for somebody that's never had a go with a belt type of sander before. It just gives them a mix of the both. So so we do that and we get it to a stage where it's ready to receive either an oil or a lacquer, and at that point then ideally at the end of the course we'll get them to apply them finishes as well. So it gives them a good insight into, and I know it's a 1-day course and there's a lot to fit in, but it gives them a good insight to start out thinking about going down that route. And one of the things that we do seem to be getting is, probably like yourselves with the training you do as well, at Ultimate, is we're getting a lot of people looking to diversify. So we're getting floor contractors that are looking to what other avenues they can expand into. And just recently we've had a few maintenance companies, maybe school maintenance and stuff like that, looking at soon going down that route. So again, it's a good introduction for them guys that have got no experience whatsoever.
So the 1-day course is really an introduction to us. We get hands-on, you're putting finishes down, but it's more of a case of see if it's for you before you move on to the 3-day course that you do as well.
Yeah.
So you run one of them once a quarter, is that right?
Yeah, we try to, depending on numbers, but the 3 days is a different thing because one of the most important things to us, because obviously the part of the business we are, is subfloor preparation. And a lot of people don't realise subfloor preparation for installation of wood is totally different. If you do an LVT or anything like that, it will take it to a higher level. because wood is always stressing that smoothing compound. So we take it to high level. So we have a day doing on our 3-day course, so a full day dealing with moisture side of it and what type of smoothing compounds and how you can deal with the floors. That's what on day 2. We fit some wood. So again, if you're not experienced in fitting wood, we fit some wood. We'll do some floating. We do some glue down. And then depending on the audience and what they want, sometimes we've even done some secret nailing and fastening down and stuff like that. So that's day 2. And then obviously day 3, we do some sanding back of them floors that they've installed. And these are all floors they've installed. So they've pre-smoothed the bay, got it ready, so dealt with damp, pre-smoothed the bay, fitted the floor, and then sanded it back on day 3. And hopefully by the end of that day, they've either put lacquer or oil on it. So they've done the complete process.
And just add to that as well that, whilst we do have the courses booked in the diary, in the calendar across the whole of the calendar year, we are able and in a position to be able to make things bespoke for people as well. So if we get a phone call, either myself, Cam or Steve, and, it's an existing business that, wants to enhance the skills on, brushing and colouring, let's say, we're more than happy to put that session on for you, obviously if the time and date allows. So, it's not just pinned down to them certain dates. We're more than happy to host sessions tailored to your needs on what you think you and your staff need to improve on. And I think, obviously, as well, just touching on, the parkography and training. How would you say, Steve, that when people come into here, and it doesn't have to just necessarily be Pallmann training, but across all of our brands, how do you think it impacts people's business, whether they're new or existing customers, when they come here for training?
I think the way we set up training here is, we're having this conversation earlier on today, is we're not here to explain that our products are the best in the world and you must buy them. It's about training and it's about people going away learning things and going away learning. And most people will learn one thing at that event and they take that forward. And that's the feedback we get quite often. Oh, I've never seen that. And these are people who have been maybe doing it 30 years. Oh, I never thought of doing that like that. Classic one, the Cobra. And we've actually just put some masking tape on the front to show the drum width. Experienced people gone, never thought of that before. So there's something they took away from that day. And that's what it's all about. Any more questions?
No, I don't think so. I think one thing, just bringing it back down to a Pallmann level is, over the past sort of year and a bit whilst I've been working with Pallmann, I think what we've really done is set a foundation here with training and bringing people in, both new and existing people within the industry. I think, similar to what Steve's just been talking about, we have been able to, let's say, teach new tricks, if you like, and little tips. And, we're very fortunate that we obviously have that direct line into people like yourselves, but also Germany as well, where there's constantly new, innovative ways for things to be done. And, we're able to, showcase that in our training. So yeah, I think from my point of view, I would seriously, if you've not been here yet and you're in the industry, certainly, just pop up, whether it's for a day or a couple of days, and we'd be more than happy to have you.
And again, or even if you want a bespoke course and put it together for your team, and again, just let these guys know and we can arrange it.
Absolutely.
So that was my last question before we let you go, actually. Obviously, I know that the 1 day and the 3 days for the sanding is for people wanting to run their own business or already running their own business and wanting to diversify. Is there anything at the campus specifically for people who are running their business to bring their employees or their apprentices to come along as well?
Yeah, there is courses designed in the programme for that, in our advertised courses, but again, if they said, I've got to do that, I want to do this with my team, we just set it up, dedicated for them. And all it takes is one phone call. And once I get an understanding of what they want, we can design a programme for whether it's apprentices, whether it's experienced fitters, or whether it's a mix, we can design that programme.
Okay, so we could essentially have a customer that's got 4 employees and we could make a phone call going, what does the diary look like in September? we book 2 days for bespokely him and his team and get them up to scratch on sanding, or even get them from novice to advanced.
100%. Easy as that.
Perfect. So there's not many places in the UK that are doing that as well, the bespoke from novice to advanced, mainly at their employees. So that's one great benefit of this place. And every time I come here, I love it, and it impresses me how great this place is and how, as a customer of Pallmann's, they are so inviting to do things like what I've been doing here. I've been here for a couple of days now, just doing videos, messing around with products, putting the world to rights, the usual stuff. So big thank you to everyone at Uzin. Big thank you to Steve and to Mac